What's going on, guys? Play by Play Gaming here, back with another Epic 7 video, and today we're testing out Straze in Arena in RTA. So in Arena, regular Arena, we are in Champion Arena, so trying to bring him in to just your regular Arena team comps here. We are bringing him with kind of like a cleave setup, so I still have him built fairly the same as in his GVG showcase video. So I'll try to put up the stats here in a little bit, but he's still rocking the 1200 defense, 12k HP, 208 speed. He's at 100 crit, 289 crit damage, and about 3.7k attack. And as you can see, he's pretty much deleting everything with his S3. And then everyone else is just there for cleanup. We are relying a lot on the attack buff to overkill the damage. But as you can see there, you'll get a lot of the damage coming in from that attack buff, which is kind of, I mean, I guess you are depending on the attack buff, but what type of damage will he do without the attack buff? We try to test that out in one of the later matches, and he'll do, I think, and I think I mentioned this before, he does about like 20k without attack buff to the target with the highest HP, and that might not necessarily be enough to one-shot, so that's why we're kind of bringing him in with a cleave setup. I think ideally I would like to test him with like a bruiser team comp to see how he does. And I mean, Kowarik here is just there for the unbuffable, or to remove the unbuffable from that T-Surin and make sure that we don't get any debuffs landed. But you'll see we're bringing in Elfelt and Basar. Basar is just really there just for the strips, and then Kowarik, he's there as the second attack buff. But you'll see that I mean, once we get a turn with Straze, it's pretty much GG here. So Elfelt, we go get attack buff. I think ideally, if I did want to keep him, what was that, like 30k, 34k? I think if we did want to keep him on this type of build, like let's say we're just using him in Arena, just for cleave purposes, I think that we definitely want him faster, because there are times where Basar doesn't quite work that well. And you'll see in a couple of fights that we did bring in Basar into some fire units, which is kind of risky because there's still that chance that we're gonna miss. I think we lucked out in a couple of them and he doesn't miss, but you'll see here we get that double attack buff again. There are times where I did int because I brought in Kowarik because, hey, I just want to use Kowarik, right? But you'll see Straze there pretty much destroy that entire team. I think here in this fight, we were close. We could have really inted on this one. We should have just brought ML Haste, but bringing in Straze with ML Haste against those RBs, especially like degen RBs, he is on portrait right now, Straze. I think that if I were to continue bringing him in, I would switch him over to the Guild War RD just so he gets that extra chance to not miss. But Elfelt is actually on that artifact right now. We're going up against another Straze team comp here, and Basar is just going to do Basar things. And you'll see Carrot there. I think, lose a couple of times. The ones that I did lose, it was just super tanky Carrot, or Carrot was the only one left alive at the end, just because she has so much sustain and survivability. But you'll see there, Straze just one-shotting everything, and then that RB coming back and pretty much doing nothing. And that Carrot's survive. She's got the healing, she's got the barrier. It can get pretty insane when it comes to Carrot. Carrot's on defense. I think we did end up losing to a Carrot Landy. I think it was Crimson Armin, maybe General Purgus Arena defense, just because it was so much sustain and a lot of damage mitigation on that. But Carrot's not too bad on her own. Like I mentioned, Straze just pretty much one-shotting everything here. We climbed up to Champion 4, Champion 5, and I mean, it's the same setup. This time here, we're bringing Elfelt. She's gonna go first. We're gonna get the attack buff. on everyone here. Basar, I think I should have brought someone else than Basar, but we brought in Flan to push up the Straze. And as you can, he just one-shots everything. Instead of the Basar right here, I should have brought ML Haste, right? Because then with that revive from the mate Chloe, we would have got barriers, all that good stuff, and would have at least mitigated some damage from that Landy. So I think we actually lose in this one. That Politis is going to go. Everybody gets debuffed. And I don't, yeah. So this one, yeah, this is the one that we int. Moving on to RTA. So RTA was kind of tough. So Arena, regular Arena, he is pretty insane, can just one-shot almost the entire team. Bringing him into Arena is tough because he usually gets banned, right? Like this team setup, this guy or girl brought in 3 Soul Weavers into this comp, and it was not a good time. So we had to, you know, show him who's boss here with the Charlotte Cleave setup here. But I mean, bringing him into RTA is a bit tough. I think you have to have a play style that is cleave, right? Because we're bringing him in here with Effelt. We're going to try to, of course, sleep the Ravi, maybe get defense break on her, because she's not going to be the highest HP, right? We did bring in another unit that they must ban, which was ML Haste in this one. So that's why Straze and LQC got through. But here, I don't think we necessarily needed the push. We do land on the Lilius though, which really helps. I think we would have been okay even if we wouldn't have landed. She would have gone, probably done some damage, but we still would have taken our turn, right? And so here, as you can see, RB doesn't really do much because we're just going to go ahead and soul burn the LQC and we win, right? So if you get Strays through, it's pretty much an instant win unless they can go faster than you, right? So at this point, like I mentioned, we're playing speed, and I do not play speed at all. I'm not a cleaver by any means. I'm more of a bruiser player. So I think Strays and RTA is going to really shine in that cleave setup. So you'll see F out there taking out that Basar. The Dizzy isn't doing much, but again, I mean, once Strays goes, it's GG, right? So I mean, there's no way that they're going to come back from that. And you'll see, I think it's this next one where we bring him in to, yeah. This one I inted really badly. I should have brought someone in other than Koeric. He does pretty much nothing here. I could have brought another damage dealer, but as you can see, it's an entire speed cleave team, right? So they're bringing in RB, Assassin Sid. They're bringing in the Therese. Everybody just goes before me, and I just die, right? So if you do let Strays in to whatever the team comp is, if you're facing him, the best way to beat him, easiest way to beat him is just to outspeed him, right? So that's kind of where my build is lacking. He's only 208 speed here. So I think if I did want to play him in RTA, I would either have to build him super tanky, maybe like 14k, 12k defense, and then as much damage as possible so that he can at least survive. However, bringing him in not fast enough or without some type of speed contest that you'll see here, I brought in pretty much 3 tanks and a damage dealer, and he's gone here. So I would have had to switch up my setup to bring in cleave units, and you'll see here they do end up banning Effelt. We have been picking her a lot because she is going to pretty much give us the attack buff that we need. But we did bring in 2 attack buffs there in GP. But as you can see here, that Kisei would have outspeeded us and it would have been GG. We still don't kill the Kisei. However, we do land the blind. She still ends up killing my Strays. But after that, it's pretty much GG. So like I mentioned, if you're playing Strays, it looks like he's going to be more of a cleave setup. So you're going to want to build him decently fast, at least 220, 230-ish speed with other units on your team that are going to be faster than he is and potentially without an attack buff. So as you can see, Our RB, I think, is like 255. So we were able to barely outspeed that Kisei, get the blind, deal entire damage to everyone, and then that pretty much won us the fight. But Straze did nothing in that fight. He just sat there and died, right? Because I got outsped and they pretty much nuked him out. But that's gonna be it for the video. Let me know your thoughts. Have you gotten a chance to test him out in RTA? Have you gotten a chance to test him out in regular arena? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like always, if you happen to enjoy the video, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, hey, think about subscribing. It really helps the channel grow and reach more people like you who like content like this. Like always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.